tremendous looking trophy.
Welcome to Platinum Explosion, #1 PlayStation podcast in the Oceanias. My name's Dylan Blight. Joining me, Ashley Hobley.
Hey Dylan, excited to be here. It's almost Christmas.
It's what's it? This comes out tomorrow. This comes out Christmas Eve. I just realized.
It certainly does.
Damn, I only just realized. Yeah, what a merry early gift we have for you this week with this episode of Platinum Explosion for you to wrap presents to and make eggnog.
Yeah.
And, no, I don't know if anyone does that here, but
I don't think so. I think it's an American thing.
what are like Christmas Eve
Yeah.
things you do?
So if you're listening to this while you're doing your Christmas shopping and like pushing people over so you can get the stuff that you want, you're welcome.
Well, yeah. Hey, by the way, we got a Christmas guide up on Explosion Network. Give that a look if you want. I mean, there's 3 PlayStation things in it. I can't remember what I suggested now.
PSVR, Concrete Genie.
Yeah, and a headset.
Yes.
Yeah.
All good ideas.
There, smashed them. Right, very good. This week, the trophy cabinet, bronze trophy for Dreams Creators, killing it still, silver trophy for Apex Legends Holiday Fun, gold trophy for a new PlayStation controller add-on, and we hit a platinum for platinums. That's right. I'll talk about the Apex Legends thing for a little bit because I jumped back in, played around with it the other night, and I thought it was quite fun. So in case you didn't know, Apex Legends during the Game Awards had Roger Craig Smith like appear as Mirage during the event, and everyone found it was very corny. I thought it was quite funny. Anyway, they announced this
Yep.
Mirage's Holo Bash event, which is a holiday bash event where it's turned like the whole map. They've changed the whole map. It's all like a winter wonderland type thing now. It also has like this train running through it. So when you play the normal Apex mode, things are different. But on top of that, they've also added this new mode where it's basically like, it's objective based. Like it's basically first to 3 of teams to hold this train at certain objective points as it travels around the map. And if you die,
Yes.
you'll respawn back in, and the other team will obviously just usually be sitting on the train waiting for you and whatever else. But it's first to 3 with 4 teams, I think it is.
No, it's so 3 teams
Is
of
it?
3.
3 teams.
3
of 3.
teams of 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you either capture the objective point or you kill everybody else. And then it resets each turn.
Yeah. But you
You
still have to get to
respawn each turn,
3. You still have to get to 3 either capturing it or wiping the...
You get
whole
3
people.
points, you win the match.
3 points, you win the match. Yeah, it feels... Obviously, it's Apex Legends. It's just on the Apex Legends map. But it feels very different, and I was having a lot of fun with it because it is like... For starters, you spawn in with a loadout. So that changes Apex Legends quite a lot, obviously. It's not very Battle Royale-y. Straight away, it's like, depending on the character you pick, they all have preset loadouts. You come in, you'll straight away drop in. You can try and land directly on the train as it's coming in. And then when it stops, try and take the objective. Or you can like kind of plan to be where it's going to stop and try and take it there. Obviously, you can just run around. I mean, if you wanted to, I'm sure you could just run to the opposite end of the map and lose the game if you wanted to. But I don't know what the point of that would be. But yeah, I was having a lot of fun with it. It feels very fast paced. A change up of different things, and I think it's a cool idea. So this is going through to January 6th, I think, or something like that. It's maybe like 6th, 7th, something like that. By the time you do like the American to Australian date type thing. But either way, you got a couple more weeks to try out this mode, as well as the whole holiday thing that's happening in Apex Legends. I'd say on top of the mode, just having the Christmassy type stuff happening in Apex itself is quite fun and different. But I enjoyed it. And by the way, I did tweet about this, so it's like I found it hilarious how you was giving me shit on Arcade Couch or whatever when we talked about this, how I didn't have a fucking win yet. And then I jump into this. I win the train mode my first match. I'm like, smashed it. Got several kills.
You got a 1 in
everything.
3 chance of winning.
Yeah. Well, but jump into normal Apex after that. Win that as well. I'm like, the fuck?
Yeah. You had to wait for the whole entire map to change before you could get a win.
Exactly. I'm a winner on Winter Wonderland. Yeah. How much did you play? Jump in, have a go.
I played like 4 or 5 matches
of the train one.
Of the train mode, yeah. It's pretty good. I mean, it forces you to actually battle other people, whereas Apex you could kind of there was a lot more waiting and like building up your arsenal, whereas this it's a bit more run and gun. I think more Overwatchy. So yeah, I mean, if you like Overwatch, this is the mode for you. I think. It's super quick. The rounds like a couple of minutes each. Before the objective is normally taken or everybody dies, and I mean it's pretty good.
This counts as our one like Christmas related game discussion for today on Christmas Eve. Look, we played the Apex Legends Christmas event. What more do you want from us? It's like if you hate Apex Legends Champions, you're not going to suddenly like the game. But I feel like if you was like bored and dropped out. By the way, I hadn't jumped in and played it for quite some time. I boot up the game. It's like you've got 28 things to open, whatever they're called, like treasure chests or whatever the things are called. I'm like,
whatever.
Why do I have 28 fucking things? I don't know. I ain't complaining. I just sat there and opened 28 of the damn things open and got a bunch of legendary skins and whatever else. I was like, cool. This is exciting. Good to go. But yeah, they also added a bunch more since I last played it because it's been like 6 months or something like that since I jumped into Apex Legends. And it was like all these new options. And
did you play it during season 2 or
no?
No. Okay.
So I haven't played it. So yeah, I missed all of season 2. I played season 1. We're now in season 3. And that finishes like next month or something, I think. So it's been a while, yeah. PlayStation was like, you know what? You podcast people are struggling for news. We're going to announce something. Back button attachment coming out on Valentine's Day. Buy one for your lover. Yeah, so on the PlayStation blog, they said, today we're excited to announce to introduce the DualShock 4 back button attachment to gamers of all skill levels to enjoy playing competitively. The new attachment elevates your gameplay by delivering more versatility and performance while maintaining the comfort and feel of the DualShock 4 wireless controller you've come to love. Its sleek design with 2 programmable and highly tactile back buttons allows you to utilize more of your hand to shorten your response time and give you more flexibility in competitive gameplay. So its features are responsive back buttons and high fidelity OLED screen. The 2 back buttons can map up to 16 different actions such as triangle, circle, R1 and R2 to name a few. Blah, 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 and it's got an integrated OLED display that provides real-time information around button assignments. Highly configurable. A dedicated button allows you to remap back button inputs on the fly, so you're always prepared no matter what game you're playing. And it's developed by PlayStation. This product is tested and improved for all your favorite PlayStation and PSVR titles. Ergonomics of PlayStation 4 bad. Yeah, so I don't know why I'd want one. I don't play fighting games, I guess, is the answer to the question. But I also am like, is this really what those people want? Like, there's already 1,000,001 options of third-party controllers out there that let people do these sorts of things that people have already brought, so.
I don't know. Is this for people who don't like hitting the triggers or something? I don't know. I don't understand. What's the thing?
Well, it's just like, I think it's
is your response time too slow to move from square to triangle? Is that it? Is that what the thing is?
Possibly. I think so. Well, you got to think, if you have your hand on square and you want to press triangle literally straight after it at the same time, you could have it on the back at the same time.
Or square to circle. That's what
That's the hardest one. That's the real killer for kids out there these days.
Yeah.
That's the one they're struggling with. Square to circle? Nah, that's fucking roundhouse kicks. Can't pull that off. No. It was a weird time in the year to announce this sort of thing, I felt, though. I'm like, why is this? 17th of December, let's announce that we're bringing out a back button attachment on Valentine's Day.
Why wouldn't you get it out for Christmas? That would be do that crunch. Get it ready for Christmas. I mean,
you Dragon Ball Z Fighter fans, get hyped.
I mean, it seems an odd thing to bring up 6 months before the next.
Unless the next controller is literally just going to have this built into it.
No, it's not going to have this built into it.
Why not?
One, you make more money selling an attachment, and two, I imagine it would put the cost of the controllers up even more than it currently is. So I don't think that's.
This thing's only like $20. $25 or something.
Then how much is a controller going to cost? Like $120?
Yeah.
At launch? No.
Yeah, PlayStation looked at all the money that Xbox is making selling $300 edition Pro controllers and were like, we can probably bump ours up $20. It's fine.
No.
People are willing to pay. What's the matter? Well, maybe they'll have 2 controller options. They'll have the casual gamer controller and I'll have the hardcore gamer controller. Extra buttons.
I mean, it's also a battery life thing as well. So,
oh yeah, that's the thing that I thought of straight away. Why is this OLED screen on here that I can't fucking see? That doesn't matter.
Well, I guess you need something to decide for what settings you're going to set.
I know, but why does it have to be like a...
Yeah, it was either that you set it inside the controller itself or you bring up an option on the PlayStation. And I guess they decided this was the easier option for some reason.
I still just love how it's a selling point. It's like, we've got this beautiful OLED screen on the back of this so you can see your button inputs.
So people watching you play the game in front of you will be able to see it.
Maybe this... If you could program it so it constantly showed what button you was pressing, not just what each touch screen is set to, then it would be a handy feature for streamers because they could set up a second webcam below their controllers and be like, yeah, you can watch all my button inputs on my OLED screen on my controller now.
Yeah.
Bam, 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 bam.
Like a fighting game tournament, they zoom on the controller.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gone with square and circle on the back of his controller. Bold move, Cotton.
See if it pays off. I feel like this is a bold move, Cotton, from PlayStation. But I mean, we'll see how it pays off.
Yeah, we'll see how quickly this goes on sale.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's only $25 or whatever it said. So yeah. I think American, it'll probably be like $30 Australian or something. Anyway, that's the thing that is this. Next story, Ni no Kuni movie comes to Netflix January 2020, writes PlayStation Lifestyle. We've been talking about this all year long. Finally, now we apparently have a release date. So with the new year comes an onslaught of new games, films, and TV shows for us to enjoy. On January 16th, 2020, the animated Ni no Kuni film will be made available to stream on Netflix following its Japanese debut earlier this year. The film is a collaboration between Level 5, Warner Brothers, Japan, and OM Inc. While the Ni no Kuni series has been featured on other platforms, it's gained lots of popularity on PlayStation, most notably the release of Wrath of the White Witch for PS3 in 2013, 2011 in Japan. It was then followed up by a sequel, Ni no Kuni 2, Revenant Kingdom, which came out on PS4 in early 2018. It says a tweet from the official Netflix account made this film's release date show up, and it's from the @See What's Next Netflix thing. I would presume this also means Australia, because I cannot think of any reason in my mind why this would not come. Like, what licensing deal would stop it from not, if it's coming to American Netflix, then what licensing thing would stop it from coming to Australian Netflix? You know what I mean? Like, what would be the hurdle?
Yeah.
I can't think of one. So, are you trying to, is there Australian See What's Next Netflix account? Is there? To get extra information from? The Netflix ANZ posted what's coming next month. I think they did.
Yeah, they did, but it didn't include Ni no Kuni.
Doesn't mean it doesn't. It doesn't mean it's not coming. They don't always have everything on there.
Nope. If you go to Netflix and type in Ni no Kuni, there is like a preview page. So it is coming.
Okay, there you go. Confirm. So after a year of being like, hey, here's a thing that exists. There's a trailer. Oh, it's coming to Japan. Blah, 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 blah. We can now officially watch it January. There you go. It's only a couple weeks away in case you didn't know.
I can also confirm this movie is emotional and exciting.
Why? Who wrote that?
On Netflix. That's what it's listed under.
Oh. What they lift is that tag thing.
Yeah, you know how sometimes when you get the thing, it says like no. Mostly, I think it's like for preview stuff, like just to fill you in as to what it's going to be like.
I don't think
then the genres are anime for gamers, anime based on a video game, sci-fi and fantasy anime.
That's a lot of anime subcategories.
Sure, yeah.
Sure. You gonna watch this in January?
Yeah.
Excited?
Check out. What do you want to watch?
It's like it's a weird one because I keep being like, I kind of keep owning the this animated movie as like a PlayStation movie, even though of course Nino Kuni's like on Nintendo in Japan and stuff like that, but it's never been released outside.
Looking at a release schedule, it's more likely we'll talk about it here first. But yes,
yeah. Well, there you go. Got one for the team. But yeah, Nino Kuni movie coming to Netflix. There's your heads up about that. So get ready to watch that. The short-lived demo is back on the PlayStation Store. For those, I obviously feel necessary to bring this up in case you're thinking about trying MediEvil over the holiday break. I would suggest you can try out the demo because it's back. So for some reason, I don't really understand why, but the PlayStation blog put up a blog post that was interesting because they're talking about Ocean talking about designing the game, right? So that was cool. They're like, hey, like here's the old designs, here's the new designs, like all this sort of interesting stuff behind the scenes. And then at the same time, they also announced that they're going to bring back the short-lived demo, which was called that because it was only available for a short period of time originally. And it was also at PAX, obviously, but that was after it disappeared. And for some reason, people were lining up for hours to play it. And the short-lived demo also only takes you about 20 minutes to finish, right? Then they're putting it out again now. So it's not short-lived. It's resurrected. And it's not going to be short anymore. It's not going to be the first 20-minute, very easy, short level of the game. It is now going to be the first several levels of the game up until the first boss. So if you've played MediEvil but haven't played the remake before, the demo is going to take you up to the hilltop mausoleum where you'll fight the I'm forgetting the name of the goddamn thing, but the stained glass monster demon thing that comes out, right? So that's what the demo is. So if you're intrigued of trying out MediEvil and you didn't want to dive into the full game or didn't want to pay for it, but are interested to see how good the remake looks, try this out because the original demo, short-lived one, doesn't really show much. Shows you like graveyards, cool, not very exciting. This new one, several levels up to the first boss, way more exciting. All right, go try it at MediEvil. You heard it here first. You heard it on the PlayStation blog first. You heard it here first, though. Then, so this this is an interesting one. we got some dreams to talk about. So this person on Twitter at Tanicoli, TANNACALLOY, Aloy. So what is it? Tanicaloy. Tanicaloy? Tanicaloy?
Tanicaloy.
Tanicaloy? I don't know. So they wrote the following tweet. Project update on performance capture. Now I have eyes and eyebrows. It's nowhere near the fidelity of, say, Death Stranding or something by Naughty Dog, but it's fun and it's done with just 2 DualShocks. All live input, footage from 2 different days. And they've done this video where they have made rudimentary motion capture for Dreams, and it's both amazing and also hilarious at the same time. Like, you clap, but with like a smirk on your face because you're like, this is funny. So what they've done is I saw this come up on my Twitter because someone liked it. Media Molecule liked it, I think, or it said they were following them or something like that. So anyway, it came up on my thing. I was like, okay, well, this is a weird one, but they've got 2 DualShocks. What I don't fully understand how it's all coming together. So it says the eyes. But if you watch the video, in the video, to describe what's happening for audio listeners, obviously, or in video visit, I'm not playing the fucking video. The dude has a DualShock on his head. He then has another one behind his head or something like that, is how it works out.
Yep.
And he's got like pieces of string coming off different elements of them across his face, which are then being used as like the sensors, I guess, to like for his face. And then behind him, he's got dreams with a very like Play-Doh character, but it doesn't matter. But it does show that, yes, when he like moves his eyes and mouths and stuff, that it is in fact
inputting
what's happening. So his follow-up tweet says, the eyes are tricky to set up and require the thumbsticks to pull easily. I need to clean the inside of them or use a lubricant to get better accuracy. Also, taping the strings is a fine balance enough taping the strings is a fine balance enough so that string won't slide too much and not pull on my skin. And he did a follow-up one saying after like the original tweet got picked up so much, it got like 4,000 likes or whatever. Obviously more than he was expecting originally posting it out with a few hundred followers. He then posted up another one with an update where he's done in the background on the TV, it doesn't have like a Play-Doh model anymore. It's just got like, I guess he's programmed in an input thing. So text appears if he does the certain reaction. So it's like he smiles and the screen says smiling. He grins, it says like grinning left. He raises his eyebrow, it says like right eyebrow raised, and these sorts of things to prove that it's actually picking up the certain input points and these sorts of things. Either way, it's it's funny. It's hilarious how like rudimentary and simple and silly it is. Yet at the same time, it's another one of those like the shit that people are doing in Dreams and will continue to work out how to do in Dreams, especially as we move towards full release, is kind of silly and amazing, I guess, at some point. What do you think checking over this video?
I mean, the creativity to think to do that is pretty impressive. Like, props. I mean, I don't know how that dream works with other people because it has to be set up as a very specific way. And I assume that the things have to be the string tightness, and that is all dependent on certain aspects. But I mean, to be able to do that from home by yourself with nothing but some tape and string and the dreams is pretty impressive. I mean, I wouldn't have even thought it possible for someone to even attempt to do motion capture. Esque things in Dreams. But, just shows the power of Dreams.
Yeah. Like, I really want to know
the actual game and the concept of Dreams.
I really want to know at what point when he's sitting at home one day or whatever, like it just clicks. You know what I mean? You know what? Like I could stick a DualShock on my head. Like what? Oh, dude, it's like wonderful. But either way, yes, it's super creative, and I'm looking forward to seeing any improvements that they manage to come up with and pull along with this, I guess. Yeah. I love how people like looking through the replies, by the way. People are like for a start, people are like, hey, look, you got wrote about on VG 24/7 and over these other things here. Then someone's like, looks very cool. Have you considered developing into a rule app for PC that can record those animations? I think it would help indie devs strap for cash with reasonable face animation due to its DIY approach. Dollars guaranteed if reasonably priced. And the dude's like, I haven't yet, but I'll look into it. With this level's only trying to get running in Dreams. I like how this dude's obviously just like likes Dreams and is just experimenting in Dreams. And people are like, why haven't you thought to make money from your rudimentary silly DualShock head?
Because it's not that simple, because the base Dreams does a fair bit of the programming.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, the concept of Dreams coming to like PC and then seeing what people can do is interesting. Like with other input devices and that kind of thing, I
feel like if Dreams came to the PC, people would just get too... See, like, what this person's done is like playing within the rules of Dreams and just like stretching the imagination to see what you can do. The second you put Dreams on PC, then people aren't looking to do creative things like this. They're just looking to straight away like break open the code and like add in VR headsets for adding like ways to capture stuff via webcams and all this sort of stuff, I guess. Look, which would be interesting, but I'm like, that also then becomes up a million one problems with people start uploading games and they've got things that aren't included and you need other patch. You know what I mean? Like at least.
Yeah. At least when it's on PlayStation, you're stuck too.
Yeah.
Everybody's on the same level.
Yeah. I feel like there's like a level of safety-ish to it. Yeah. And like even ground and all that sort of stuff. So yeah. Anyway. Super interesting. The last thing I got is a trophy story because Brian over on YouTube, PS4 Trophies, whose guides I've used several times before over the years, did a really interesting thing, which was he decided to do a 24-hour stream to get 50 platinums. So PlayStation Lifestyle wrote up the story. It says, renowned YouTuber and trophy hunter PS4 Trophies has just set a world record by earning 50 platinum trophies in one 20-hour sitting. The YouTuber's goal was to earn 50 platinums in 24 hours, which he surpassed by a noticeable amount and did so via live stream. There are a few stipulations Brian put in place to achieve his goal, along with some more general info about what it took to set up an endeavor. PS4 games only, no Vita or PS3, means no cross-save, so no instant platinums either. He had to play new games on his main account, no replaying games he's already earned the platinum for. Stacking is allowed. This allowed him to play the same game from a different region for a separate trophy list. He had to create a new account to purchase games from different regions and use a PSN card specific to that region, though he still used his main account to actually play the games. All games were provided by publisher. All games were provided by publisher Raticalica, which of course you listen to this show. Anytime Raticalica game comes up, it's like that's an easy platinum. The stream was intended to end when Brian reached 50 platinums or 24 hours, whichever came first. He needed to average 28 minutes and 48 seconds per game to achieve his goal, including loading times. Brian scheduled breaks every couple of hours. Clock continued to run during breaks. These are easy games. That's the point. Based on his calculations, the entire endeavor can be completed in 19 to 20 hours. His PSN ID, if you want to look it up, is PS_4 trophies. Unfortunately, though, the stream cannot be watched now, but you can check Brian's PSN account to verify his accomplishments. I will say that that part is sort of incorrect, I think, because by now I know he was looking into in some sort of crazy world. I think it was even yesterday, right before possibly recording. I know he was looking into just doing it again.
What? Yeah,
because so in a weird like turn of events, he did the stream and then it didn't archive correctly. Or no. Not that it didn't archive correctly. It was that YouTube won't archive streams that are that long properly. Like they'll cut off at some point. And he, like, I was following his tweets about it on Twitter, and he was tweeting at YouTube being like, okay, why the fuck isn't my stream like all available? And YouTube was like, yeah, like anything over this many hours just doesn't save properly. And he was like, well, that's stupid. Like, why wouldn't it archive? Why? So I've just lost the video now. So then after that, he was like, oh, maybe I'll just do it again. Just for the sake of like being able to have the video for it. And then also try and do it faster. So, yep, here we go. So he uploaded, stream live. 50 platinum trophies within 24 hours. Holiday stream replay done live. Since the original stream has gone from internet forever, I'm doing it again, hopefully faster and maybe with a 51st platinum. Blah, 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 blah. So that's his thing. The full list of games, of which I'll be surprised if anyone knows, because they're all radical games. But if you're looking for an easy 50 platinums, here's your go-to list, I guess. Attack of the Toy Tanks, Hymno, Mecha Bolt, Siberia the Time Traveling Warrior, Zero Petian Invasion, Iron Snout, Fragments of Midnight, that's one. No, 36 Fragments of Midnight, I've done that one. Gravity Duck, Foxy Land, Bouncy Bullets, Moshi Moshi Boy, Super Weekend Mode, done that one too. Daggerhood, Full Blast, Heroes Trials, Explosion, Jack and Dill DX. Actually, some of these you'd recognize. MediEvil, Midnight Deluxe, Paradox Soul, Super Destroyer Knots DX, Bouncy Bullets, Deep Space Rush, Bird Game Plus, not normal Bird Game, Peasant Knight, Zero Tian Invasion, Midnight Deluxe, Attacks of the Toy Tanks, Super Weekend Mode again, Jack and Jill DX again, Metabolt, Daggerhood, Full Blast, Heroes Trials, Explosion, Hymno, Metal Girl, Foxyland, Gravity Duck, Moshi Moshi Boy, 36 Fragments in Midnight again, Iron Snout, Super Destroyer Knight DX, Bird Game Plus again, Zero 2 Million Invasion, Siberian the Time Traveling Warrior again, Attack of the Toy Tanks, Daggerhood, Peasant Knight, Metagol. They are your easy 50 official platinums from the Ratatalica Games official vault, if you ever want to go over one. And also, it proves that Kieran sucks. to tie it all back.
Yeah. I mean, all he needed to do was look up easy platinums, and he could have avoided playing the Quiet Man. But
yeah. How many you had to get like 7 over 12 months to not do that?
Yeah.
My dude did 50 and 20 hours.
Decided to be ethical and not go easy. He had to play the Quiet Man.
Yeah, well, there's nothing ethic about it, all right? So,
which technically, I don't know if we brought up here, but he should play again because he played it on PC. So got no trophies.
The game doesn't have a platinum anyway, so...
But trophies.
I think you'll get one trophy.
There's no proof that he played the Quiet Man.
We got Steam achievements, right?
No, that's not a thing.
I mean, yeah. And the last thing I wanted to go over this week, not to spend too long on it, but because I highly doubt, considering, of course, Christmas Eve and all, only a few days left in the year. I highly doubt I'm going to get any more platinums for the year. I figured I'll just go over the couple I got this year. Because out of interest, I only looked up yesterday, as of recording. I was like, how many did I actually get this year? Because, of course, this year I had no challenge. I had no, reason to chase them down other than just the ones I could get. So I went over. I got a total of 12 this year. So I was like, yeah. I mean,
one a month. That's not bad.
Average it out to one a month. Not bad, I guess.
Probably like a general base level trophy hunter.
Yeah, there you go. So not the end of it. It's also funny. It's my list is very top heavy because going over it, Suicide Guy, Pillars of Earth, The American Dream, Bravo Team, Doom, Ether One, and so just those ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6. The first 6, so the first half of my 12, I all got in the 2-week break at the start of the year. Which I think says something. That checks out. In our Explosion Network break at the start of the year, I was like, I'm going to catch up on these movies, books, get 6 platinums, smash it all out. And then the rest of the year was just like, okay, now I'm fine.
Yeah.
I can't remember if I talked about any of these. I think I probably did, but I'll quickly go over them since the same 12. Suicide Guy, you just follow a walkthrough, very easy. Pillars of Earth, yes, you do need a walkthrough. It's a point and click adventure game, but you'll need a walkthrough so you get the right choices that will get you all the trophies you need. The American Dream is a PSVR game where it's made by Australian dev, actually. That's the interesting thing there. So it's American dev talking about American Dream. That makes perfect sense. I'm sure that's offensive to someone. Very funny, on-rails shooter game. The only thing hard about the trophies is just getting the collectibles. But once I finished the game, I just went on YouTube and I found, here are where the collectibles are. Now replayed levels. Easy. Bravo Team I did with Buddy Watson from dashgamer.com, of course. Shit game. More fun in co-op when you can at least complain at the same time. But you just have to beat the game and beat it on co-op, basically. Doom is not hard to platinum if you play it on easier difficulties, I guess. To be able to find all the collectibles as you go through. Either way, you have to play the first level on the hardest difficulty, which is probably is easily going to be the hardest trophy for people. It's only the first level, but still, that game's hardest difficulty is like, fuck my life. You just die so fast. And the other one is a quote unquote walking simulator where you I'd say, yeah, definitely need a guide for that one from memory. I can't remember I used a guide, yes. Walkthrough guide to help you find all the collectibles along the way as you're playing through the story. So then the rest of my list, Super Weekend Mode I picked up in the middle of the year. That's a Ratatouille Games thing. Just takes like 20 minutes to grab or whatever. I think I already did it on something and I did it on a different thing like Vita or whatever. Sea of Solitude is that EA one that was announced at E3 last year, I think. Yes. Announced at E3 last year where they showed the trailer and the monster was like under the water and the girls in the boat and like creeping along and whatever else. I thought the game was okay. The platinum was very easy. I just picked it up just by playing the game pretty much. I don't remember struggling with anything. Control, I picked up, got the platinum. I don't remember if I got it before it released or just like after. I think either way. Reviewed the game, of course. It's one of my favorite games of the year. The platinum is very easy. You got to find some collectibles. But you don't have to find all the collectibles, which is like a blessing. I love when games do this. They're like, oh, you have to find, the game's like, you have to find 120 of the collectibles or some shit in the game. But there's like way more, like probably 180 to 200 probably collectibles or something in the game to find. So it's like, as long as you're somewhat looking, by the time you reach the end of the game, you'll have found most of what you need to find, like I have. So I did not struggle to pick those up as well. The hardest thing about Control for people is going to be beating some of the optional bosses that are harder than the main bosses, I would say, for sure. So that's going to be the major hurdle. Concrete Genie, I did pick up the platinum before release for this one because I reviewed it, and I was very happy to be the what did I get? The second. I think I got second on PSN profiles. Some motherfucker beat me. Damn it. But obviously, I love Concrete Genie. I gave it a 10 out of 10. ExplosionNetwork.com for the review. The platinum is very easy though, and it'll be a lot easier now that someone presumably has written a guide for it to show you where all the collectibles are, so you won't have to spend nearly 3 hours looking for one collectible, of which I normally wouldn't do, except for I really wanted to be the first person in the world to platinum it, and then I only got second. I was like, fuck. MediEvil, very easy platinum, especially if you played the first game, obviously. All you got to do is literally what you did if you was a kid, like I did, which is find all the chalices, beat the game. Easy peasy. Life is Strange 2, you have collectibles in that game, but I think I talked about this before. So you get trophies for beating certain sections of the levels, obviously, but then also they've added a collectible mode for Life is Strange 2, which means that once you've beat a chapter, because I wasn't using walkthroughs as I was playing it because I didn't want spoilers, so I just went back and did the collectibles after. And which is easy because when you go into collectible mode, it breaks down each chapter into I should say, it breaks up each episode into chapters, and then below each chapter, it'll tell you you've got 0 out of 1 or like 1 out of 1 collectible in each breakdown. And then you could load back into the game in collectible mode for what chapter you need. And then you can just look around and make whatever decisions you want to, and it won't overwrite your save. So you could do it as you was playing the game like I was, and it wasn't fucking with your choices or anything like that. So it was good, and it was easy to do it that way. And that was the last one I got, and I'm not going to get any more. So there, 12. There's my platinum update for everyone for 2019. Will I beat 12 next year? I don't know. Let's find out. See how we go. Maybe, because if the PS4...
What's the plan for the 2-week holiday?
Yeah, we'll see how I smash out the holidays. Also, if the PS5 launches with like some similar games, please bring sound shapes and something over the fucking PS5 again. Because I remember when I got my PS4, it was like I had my first platinum and within 2 seconds of booting it up. Because like a normal person, I didn't load up a new game first. I installed sound shapes, synced my platinum, so I could be like, I've got a platinum within like an hour of having my PS4. So maybe if they do something similar for this one, I'll be able to do the same thing. So that'll be fun. Either way, that'll do it for this week's episode. Of course, if you're listening to this on Christmas Eve and you celebrate Christmas, I hope you have a great Christmas, a great old time. Hope you get some good presents, everyone. I'm looking forward to getting work done.
Yep.
Oh dear! No, you have me and Ash. Which you ho ho. No. You follow me on Twitter. People do VIVALADIL. Follow Ash on Twitter at Ashley Hobley, ASHLEYHOBLEY. You can follow the show on Platt Podcasts on Twitter, of course. You can help out the show by giving us a review on Apple Podcasts or Podchaser. That's a good Christmas present to us. Go give us Apple Podcasts Podchaser reviews. That would be great.
Yeah. Or any podcaster, but mostly us.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You can join our Discord, explosionnetwork.com/Discord. This is, of course, a product of Explosion Network, of which you can find many more shows, articles, news, reviews at explosionnetwork.com, including our current best of 2019 content. Our game stuff starts today. I mean, it's out. It's happening. So check the website or the Twitters. Find other things. Follow Explosion Network on Twitter at ExplosionPod. And until next week, which will be the last episode of the year, remember, well, it was going to be either way, really, because it's out on the 31st. So there's no, big reveal to that. Remember that every trophy counts.